Welcome, Drukhari lovers, to a 6++ our conference. We have a lot of Archons we've gathered together for you, and tonight we're making a tier list. We've been planning to do this for ages. We've got the new book, we've digested the data sheets for you, and we're very, very excited to tuck in. Before we do that, thanks for supporting us. Do hit like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to support us as a YouTube member, you can do that as well. Right, Adam, Rob, we've read the book. We know what the units are. We're going to start ranking them. I'm going to let you guys decide what you talk about and when, because I'm nice like that. Adam, you get to go first. What is the first Drukhari unit we're ranking tonight?
Let's do alphabetical to start with. Let's start with A, and we'll
Good
go
luck
Archon.
making that system carry on. Okay,
It's not
so the
gonna last
Archon.
after the first
Right,
one, don't worry.
the Archon, who is sold out online. Where
Yes.
do you want to put him, Adam?
I think the Archon should go. In my heart, he should be S, but I'm going to put him in A.
Okay, we were about to be best friends, and now we're just friends, but that's fine. Okay, we're putting the Archon in A. Adam, explain why the Archon is in A.
So, he would be an S if he would go in every list, and I feel like there might be one or two where he doesn't just because of points.
Yeah,
but
that's a very sane and reasonable justification.
Exactly, but he is an incredible unit.
Yes.
Something that we've never had access to before now appeared in this book. We have reducing CP cost by 1.
Oh, so good.
Which is so good when you look at some of the options he has. Mainly, it's just free grenades, right?
It's just free grenade. Just feels
be
good.
honest.
It's
just free grenades and a Kabalite unit.
Throw grenades for 5 turns. Hold back. It's great.
That's the thing. It's like non-interactive free grenades, just as good, right? You've got Archon, Venom, Cabs. I think he's a bit of a winner from the pain tokens as well, right? I think the fact that with one pain token you get that really nice reroll hits and wounds if your Cabs on an objective, that's lovely. It's very good.
Damage 3 death runes reroll.
The damage 3 on the Hush Blade
nice.
is very real. And we're seeing people run the Agonizer. There seems to be some fun combo stuff you can do with that. Yeah. He's got a cool new model. You can customize him.
Beautiful.
It's just, okay. He's not going to forgive you for putting him in A.
Mm.
But I will accept A because I can fully recognise that there might be times you didn't take one.
Yeah.
I love having the Archon in the list. He's just got to be there for me.
I think I have to agree with Adam because he's the first thing in my list, but he's the first thing I'm like, can I chop this at the same time?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that's very, very reasonable. And he is sold out online, which is absolutely fine. Okay, Rob, you now get to pick a unit.
Ooh, let's go for something that's changed quite a bit. Let's go the Raider.
The Raider. Ooh,
the Raider.
I think it's this one. Yeah,
the one without guns. That looks like right. I think
we're
going to go in. Let's go I think it's going to be bottom of B, effectively, or maybe C. So
I'd accept B. I think so. Talk us through the Raider right now.
Yeah. So the Raider, it's basically got the Primarch abilities now. So you can disembark 6. You can get extra attacks with wracks, which you'll never use, and Kabalites you can get reroll wounds, which you'll never use either. What you really take it for is the witches, and you get the sticky from Kabalites. That was the rule, sorry. And it's fine, but with some of the other units we're going to be looking through, footprint's going to be a massive issue, and that's where the Raider gets dropped down, I think, because you need to hide that, and it's just too big with everything you're trying to deploy.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the formats we're playing on at the moment, but I'm really struggling to get Raiders in games whenever I use them.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I would trade all the abilities they gave it for the flat 6 advanced.
Yeah.
I really liked going 20 inches with the Raider. That was really
good. You're playing Reaper's Wager and you just yeet a Raider 20 inches onto a home objective. You're like, cool.
I don't care about all the other cute nonsense at all. I just want to be able to get it from behind one wall to behind another wall, which the 20-inch move helps you do.
It just has to be able to stage for the next turn, and right now it can't.
Exactly that.
Reroll advances is not the same as flat 6.
Yeah, 100%. No, it's just it's definitely not.
Yeah, I would be, like you said, I would be interested to play because we don't play GW much at 6++. I do think there might be something on GW with them because you don't have to go around shit.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I could see it being bumped up if that works out. But yeah, I think.
And I've not seen people playing Sky Splinter with the new book, but I imagine you would want them for that.
Yeah.
And it would still serve a pretty useful purpose for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll put it in low B for now, and we'll see how the rest of the tier list shapes up, right, and then go from there. So, I myself, what am I going for? I am going for the. We're going to go for the homunculus. Now, the homunculus.
What does he do, Tom?
What does he do? He gets you a pain token on like a 4-up.
Well done.
And he, in the Coven detachment, he can get back up for life after he dies with a stratagem. And he's a good caddy for the enhancements in specifically the Covenite Coterie. Is that what it's called? Which begins with C. Which is the tier that he is going in because he's absolute dross at the moment.
If we put our blinkers on and we just talk about that detachment, he is S tier.
Yeah,
he is amazing. But in every other,
I think, and the more edits of lists I do for that detachment, the more it's just you have some homunculus which you just use as bait on their own, and then you have a Drukhari army using all the good stuff behind it, and that's basically the detachment. Is kind of how it feels to me at the moment. He's not great. He is merely fine. I hope I picked up the right one because Urian's in here as well. I think I managed. I think I managed to pick up not Urian. I think in the Covenant Coterie specifically, he will be all right. And I think you can definitely use them in there where you can get enhancements to regrow more in the unit. Oh yeah, the regen. That's the other thing he does.
Yes.
Now we have discussed the regen with wracks, and I do think there is something in that the regrowing rack bait unit with the homunculus attached. It's just that points feel so tight on this army at the moment that I just don't. It feels like a luxury and it's like imagine having the luxury as a Drukhari player right now of needing to bait the opponent to come and play when in fact they're running at you, convinced that they're going to kill you.
They're running one way towards you or away. That's it.
Yeah. And you're sort of like, this isn't a piece that's serving me any useful purpose. Conceptually, I do really like the idea, and maybe if I get another unit of points in a drop at some point, I'd give that unit a go.
Yeah.
But he's not great. I'd love him to be a bit more dangerous as much as anything. But there we are. Okie dokie. Passing it back around to you, Adam.
Yes, I am going to allow us to have a unit in every tier. I'm going to pick the razorwing jet fighter,
which must be going in S.
Has to be, right? No, D tier, please.
Okay, D tier for the. You know what? I reread that data sheet in Hope the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that is just so terrible! It's unbelievable how terrible it is."
Oh, I mean, GW do not like flyers.
No,
really don't. And there's just another instance of them wanting to get them out of the game. You can imagine. It's just
plain. It really could have an interesting spot in the game if it was cheap enough and they made it accurate and effective enough with those handful of shots. I think I could definitely see myself taking one.
I mean, I can get 4 Darklands or 3 Darklands shots for much cheaper than I can get 2.
Exactly, and that's the insanity with it. It's just so expensive for what it does. I mean, if you're listening, G-Dubs, take 50 points off this thing. Make it interesting. I think you might need to take more. What is it now? Is it like 170 or something?
I think it's 170 or something.
I think that needs to come down 80 points, and then it's a genuinely very interesting.
You have to go Ravager or that. That's right?
You have to be in the 100 points for it minimum kind of place.
But you know what?
It's
170 is actually really fucking good. If it was on any other data sheet, you'd be like, yes, this is great.
Oh, yeah.
What's its ability?
It slows things down by 2 inches.
You know what? That is fun.
-2 from move and charge rolls.
Yeah.
That is fun. Yeah, but it's
on a plane, so it's useless.
Yeah, I have one. I'd love it to be good. That would be nice. But yeah, in D tier goes the razorwing. Rob, what's your next choice?
Oh, do I have to go something in S tier now?
You do.
Let's.
If you can, if you dare,
if you can.
I
think you can.
Should I go one close to my heart that I've always loved? The reavers.
The reavers, yes.
Ooh.
Are we putting them in S, Rob? Are we doing it?
I am putting them in S because
I love them.
Everything comes around them the first 3 turns. So they are 70 points. They got a heat lance. They're OC 6, and they move 24 inches for reasons. So you can just deny a point anywhere on the field. In some detachments, you can charge after you move 24 inches. You can move 26 inches in the witch one. They hit really hard with Strength 4 and Lance. I think the combat is really underrated. And they just let you play the game from wherever you want on the board. You can be pushing one side, have 2 squads sitting in your middle, and just deny an entire flank for 2 turns with 140 points and not have to interact with it.
It's the layer of denial that you get with it. And it's like, forget trying to bait the opponent out with some wracks that might regrow. What will bait the opponent out is the fact that you're going to repeatedly deny all the objectives with reavers if they don't come and stop you.
They just stand in front of all of your guns in combat if they want to stop it from happening.
Yeah, exactly that. And that, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm on like 100% success rate with heat lances as well. I don't think mine ever doesn't do like a bunch of damage to a tank that someone wasn't expecting. Like it's a really good little ace in the whole gun.
Yeah.
And they're the piece in the Overwatch mini game we get to play now that the Ignore Overwatch has been taken away, or rather is only in Reapers. But the Overwatch mini game you get to play every turn with your opponent as a Drukhari player. The Reavers are a very good piece in that game.
You want to score primary? Do you want to score primary? Come on.
6OC that could get anywhere also has a gun that might kill a tank, and you're and you're like, you really want to.
Oftentimes, that Overwatch is not killing the unit.
No, exactly.
It's 40 wounds in cover with a 4-up.
They are. I've been trying to kill them in the many games of Eldar versus Drukhari me and Robert played, and
always one wound.
They're annoying. They're really annoying to actually definitively kill without committing real guns, and that's really annoying.
Especially in Spectacle of Spite, where you can get them to T5. They're just hilariously durable.
100%.
So good.
Yeah, I'm going to continue along, and I'm just going to double up, and then we'll work our way back around the tiers. I'm going to go for an S tier as well. I'm going to put the mandrakes in S tier.
Nice.
I think you always want some mandrakes. I think they have taken exactly the alterations they needed to. They were already a sensational unit, right? They're already and always have one. They have been buffed perfectly. I think getting the dev wounds all across their profiles is excellent. The lone op 18 on them is excellent. Then you've got the sort of uppy downy being a pain token thing is really fun as well. They just are phenomenal for their price point. I think they're really, really good. Multiple units is almost a no-brainer, but again, we are tight for points right now. I'd love to be living in a world where I could have 3 squads of these. We've seen people running 10s. Rob, I know you love the 10.
You're the dream's alive. The dream's alive.
Passionate Mandrake 10-man devotee.
Scari's taking a 10-man to Worlds, apparently.
Yes,
so exciting.
Yes,
so exciting. I'm excited to hear him explain what that's all about. I'm sure that that's a wonderful... I mean, again, there is a reality with the 10-man now, because you have Malys, which we'll get to, you can screen the whole board and then redeploy them, right? Which is a nice position to be in.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see the appeal in having that. So yeah, for me, they're just so good, just unbelievably good. Okay, taking it back around to you, Adam.
I think I'm going to go with the Archon's best friends, and I'll go Kabalites.
Kabalites. Okay, we'd never take these, right?
No, never, not at all.
Where are we putting them?
Not a single list starts without 10 Kabalites. That by itself tells you the tier.
Yeah. We're going S tier for the cabs. I love it. I love it. Now, for me, it's like if you've gone as far as taking the cabs and the venom, just take the little man with the 3 grenades. Just do it. Just live your life. But I mean, cabs, man. Go on. Explain it to us.
They're brilliant. Just reroll wounds of 1 for a pain token, or full reroll wounds if the opponent is on an objective. It just spikes the damage of the Archon and Malys if you want to join Malys to the Kabalites. It spikes their damage so much. And they've always been useful, right? The 5 with the special weapons in a boat, just free fire and fading every turn, and the other 5 to sticky your hub and screen the backfield. It's just an all-round useful unit. I don't see why you wouldn't take them.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think sticky objectives just is good to have when you're as squishy as Drukhari are, and artillery is like the obvious counter to us. It's like I think obviously mandrakes do compete with them a little bit for backfield duties now, but it's just so good to have that sticky. And I think more OC2 in an OC rich army is amazing. Reroll wounds, as you say, just being able to get that Archon to basically finish off tanks is just satisfying. I really enjoy a couple of 6s on those dev wounds just to put a damaged tank into the ground, and you don't do it without the cabs. So I think they're really, really, really good. Okay, wonderful. Rob, what's your next unit?
Let's go to Chronos.
Ooh,
so this has been a journey for me. I think it's
a journey for both of us.
Yeah, so I think it's down in B tier again.
Okay, are we putting it above the Raider?
Yes.
Let's put it above the Raider, yeah.
I think we all got scammed by a
So-
data slate. That's what I think happened. No, go on. You
Well, I think
explain
what
it.
happened is I looked at it when the book came out. I'm like, every list is having 4. Every list is having 4. Like, I'm going to have 2 units of 2. It's going to be glorious. They're going to jam in the middle. They're never going to die. And they need pain tokens. And then I realized that, no, they kind of do die and they don't do enough damage. So they kind of got down to an A. And then I kind of realized that the new pain token economy, you don't need pain tokens. So
Yes,
you might take 1 to feed some scourge. And then I just realized that it doesn't help in the matchups where you need that. So they've kind of just dropped out of favor for me. So you could take one.
I think that's right.
Awkward 55 points. It's a succubus, if it's a succubus or a chronos.
That's the saving grace of it in a lot of lists, though, right? Is that it is so cheap for its stat line. So you can just slot it in at the last point if you need it. But I'm the same as you. I started with 2x3.
Yeah.
In Cartel, it was like I needed something to be a front line because everything else wants to sit back and shoot. And then that was also hoping on the whims of the 85.2 man units, which obviously didn't last long. So
and that's it. I think if it was the 85.2 man, I think we'd be cooking. Right?
Oh, yes.
You'd definitely be looking at that because that's a lot of heft. But they are not that great.
It's a durable homunculus, is what it is.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple of detachments in the Real Space Raiders one and the Coven one where they're better.
Yeah.
But those aren't the ones that we're mostly excited about playing right now. So I think that slightly constrains their effectiveness a little bit in that sense. Okie dokie, I believe it's now me. I'm going to go with... Let's go with the Succubus. I'm going to book the Succubus. I think she is very worthy of A-tier love right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think her and the Archon both sit in. You'd absolutely love to have these. You do not have to have these, but you're not going to be disappointed that you do. She's definitely got better. She kills things now. Don't ask which things, but she does kill things. And the pain token abilities and synergies with the witches are brilliant. It's another unit where, again, this is where the pain token rules, I think, are super cool because bunging the character unit together actually gets you more for your juice, right? And that's a really good feeling, and her powers combo exceptionally well. They're incredible in Spectacle of Spite. They're super fun to play with in there. The +1 damage one is just a trip. She's so good.
She's so good. Is she triptych?
Oh, very good. Very good. Very good.
Not quite.
Then a unit I've not tried yet, but very keen to try, is one with Arch Raider in Reapers as a really sort of early tie up the opponent witch cult style push. I think should be very good and very fun there. I think we're getting closer and closer to being forgiven, and all I'm asking for is just make her damage 2, and that's and then we'll accept our damage 3/1 in Spectacle of Spite.
Another thing that we not really had access to all edition is generating CP in an extra way. Which she does when she kills when her unit kills a character model.
Yes,
which is good.
Which is a really good feeling, and I say in my redo of Drukhari collection in my garage, there is a Succubus way to go, and I think I'm excited for that one. I think they're in a good spot, the Succubus. Really, really good. Okay, passing it back round to you, Adam. We started so negative, we've got much more enthusiastic, guys. It's all working out, don't worry.
Let's just bring it down a bit then, shall we? Let's go with the Shard Carbine Scourge.
All right. We will use this one from Dawn of War for the Shard Carbine Scourge. Where do you want to put those?
I want to put them in C tier.
That's fair.
The better than
above or below the homunculus.
Above.
Yeah, that's fair. Go on, down you go.
And I think for their rules are actually pretty good, right? Like 6-inch deep strike is a good rule, and it's scary in some armies, not quite so much here. No one's really scared of a few Shard Carbine shots. But giving +1 AP to your armies shooting against a target is genuinely quite nice.
Oh, yeah.
The issue is it's on 5 Scourge bodies that cost 80 points.
Completely.
And don't fire evade and just die.
I think that's the thing with it. Basically, it misses what we're about, which is that we're a non-interactive shooting army when we shoot. So giving away a unit to shoot is not what we're training ourselves to do, right? The whole army is played around not giving away units when you shoot. And then you're like, what if you also threw away an 80-point Scourge unit to get some extra AP in one place? You're like, that doesn't really sit with how I'm using everything else, you know?
The whole nature of Drukhari, you're already throwing away little units anyway. You don't want to throw away another one.
Exactly that. And I think, again, maybe if they were a little cheaper and I had a bit more points to play with, I'd be considering it. But they are, I don't know. They're not for me at the moment. The 60-seat strike is cute, but again, this isn't an army. It's a bit like Baharoth. It's not an army that struggles to get places. So it's like that trick would be a lot cooler on an army that struggled for those sorts of things. But this is not one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Shard Carbine Scourge. Robert.
Let's look at Talos.
This is a very interesting one.
Yeah, so I wasn't running Talos in the index days where a lot of people were. I was running some, but now I'm running them in almost every list I run. So I'm going to put them in. Let's go under the succubus in A.
Not a bad place to be. I think that's all right. I think that sounds good.
Hitting on 3s now. Pain token generation. Yes. So you can actually, for me, the Talos have replaced Chronos.
They're a better farm than the Chronos is, right?
Because they actually get
killed. They also hurt things. Yeah.
They get kills, and you get bonus pain tokens for getting kills. They do have that bait and switch we were talking about with the homunculus, because they're surprisingly durable. And they're just a good anti-everything. They've got anti-tank, which we can lack outside of Reaper's Wager. They've got fight on death, so they're anti-melee as well. And they just they don't do anything really well, but they tick a lot of boxes just to anchor your army in the midboard.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. They are so much better in Reaper with the 3s on 1s.
Yeah.
And they are, I mean, we've had a couple of games, Rob, especially when I was testing the Votan, where the land fort of disrespect comes out, and actually Talos that hit on 3s would be like, that is half dead now, and that's what you get for being rude.
I took them to an RTT last weekend, and I just one-tapped a Reaper, a Gladiator Reaper, because it just happens sometimes. He's like,
that's it.
Okay.
There is no. I think in Reaper's Wager, they legitimately fully kill tanks on their own.
Yeah,
quite a bit at the time. There's no mucking about with that. And that's really funny. I think they're a really good unit. I actually suspect people will pick up and use more of these over time, because I think they're in a fantastic spot,
and rightly so.
Yeah, and that's good. We like that for them. We love that for them. Okay, I'm going to now go for Lelith Hesperax.
Ooh.
And I want to be very clear about this. This is a mixed bag of emotions for me at the moment.
Okay.
I want to break a lot of the normal tier list rules because she is in almost every single list I write.
Mm-hmm.
But I absolutely hate that she's in it because she does a job. Yeah. She does a job, but she's worse at it.
Yeah.
And she is scamming her way by a lot of the time in my list these days. I want to put her top of B because she is so far from where she was. She is so much worse. And the fact she has fights first and they've taken our other sources of fights first away has bailed her out. And that is why I want her in B, because I don't think she deserves the affection and the appreciation, because she's dropped off so much in her level.
Easiest way to put it is you compare her in index, and you compare her in index compared to now. You needed a pain token to make her as good as she could be. Now you need that and a CP in a specific detachment.
It's
without
rough,
rerolls.
isn't it? It's
without rerolls.
And even then,
It's
it inflicts this moment on me where every time I use her, I roll, I get 1/6, and then I go to roll them all again, and I'm like, oh no, you don't get to do that. That's just how that is.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think old Lelith is a unit we could massively do with at the moment as well. I think in terms of the volume of damage won, I think we don't have anything like that. To go through really tough infantry, and it's rough.
No,
it's
high AP damage one is lacking.
Yeah. Completely.
Weirdly, she makes her friends better than her.
Yeah,
that's where she is.
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
get on to.
Yeah, exactly that. So this is just a bit of a cautionary note for Lelith. Don't get cocky, kid. Right? Just because you're in every list doesn't mean I'm happy about it, and I am desperately looking around for alternatives. Okay, moving back to you, Adam.
All right, let's just look at better Lelith, and it's called 3 girls with gladiatorial weapons and a unit of witches.
Yeah, where are we putting the witches?
S tier, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Right
They're going above Kabalites, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
I think this order of affairs looks about right. I think for us.
Yeah,
In fact, to be honest,
we could
shimmy those. That's about right. Witches. Oh man, talk to us about witches,
Right.
Adam.
So the lack of high AP damage one that we just mentioned comes from actually 4 girls in this 10 girl unit. But one of them has anti-infantry 3+, and we love her. The others are strength 4 AP 2 damage 1 base. And with Lelith, they go to strength 5 AP 3 damage 1.
They certainly
it's
do.
Incredible. 15 attacks at that, and obviously buffed
So
even more
good.
in
Strength 6 witches.
Strength 6 witches, AP 4 with lethals. Oh, it's incredible.
And they're so fast as well.
That's not the best part about them. The pain ability is just insane. Fall back, advance, and charge.
It's super good. Has anyone fallen back and charged?
Yes. Actually.
You have? Oh,
Yes.
Nice.
Fallen back from a light spoiler as it didn't shoot me in combat. It shot a different unit.
It shot something else instead. Okay, no, fair enough.
But no, it's just incredible. Like, just having advance and charge in every detachment, it just makes things so flexible. Like, we relied on it so much in Reaper's Wager, and now we can just do it out of Venoms every turn we have that threat.
Yeah,
completely. And I think I have been fairly public and repetitive with my gripe about Drukhari at the minute, which is just that the army should be the fastest, and it doesn't actually feel the fastest in a lot of ways at the moment. But the Reavers and the Witches are holding up their end for us keeping that dream alive, right? I think thanks basically to those 2 units, you still get to do the Drukhari thing, which is, now I'm over here, let's go. And that is really, really cool. So I think Witches, absolutely sensational unit right now. Really, really fun to use. And all it took was for someone to actually pay attention when writing their rules this time and remember that they have different weapons in the box and they deserve some interesting love for that.
They still have the only AP4 blast pistol.
They do, good for them.
For some reason.
Okay, well, they didn't pay that much attention.
No.
It's so good. It's just so scuffed, this army, and the way they're writing
It really is.
Unbelievable. Okay, Rob, what's your next pick?
Let's look at... I was going to say one. Let's go something lower down. Let's go for the... Let's go incubi.
Okay, this is a really interesting one. Okay,
so, hold on. Lower down and then goes to incubi.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Go on then, Rob. Not high in S, but
all right. So I think incubi are down by Lelith. They're between. They are down by Lelith and by Talos, I think.
Whoa.
So I think
they in B tier.
Yeah, let's go B tier.
Okay.
Let's go above Lelith. Let's go above Lelith.
Okay. Lilith's getting absolutely spanking today, and she's loving it. Right, carry on.
They are fine. They have mortal wounds. They are absolutely amazing in one detachment. Which is the Kabalite cartel. But outside of there, you take them as a caddy for an Archon or Malys.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't stand on their own 2 feet. They still hit on 3s. They have got more killy. They've got dev wounds. There is place if the meta switches to Terminator equivalents or something like that. But they just feel slow. Like, Drukhari wants to engage where they want to go, and getting out of a Venom 10 inches, you just don't hit what you want to hit.
But Rob, they have an aspect shrine token now,
and that's satisfying.
That is nice.
What's satisfying is using that, and then your opponent being slightly confused but not wanting to ask, and then just moving on because they're just like, oh, weird, an Eldar rule just turned up, and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to explain that. We're going to carry on.
It's not an Eldar rule because it's straight worse. Because you can't use it on the character.
I kind of feel like we should probably drop it down a place because I'm now going to have to find my aspect tokens as well from 2 editions ago.
It's just, I agree.
I just think it just doesn't do it.
I think they're merely okay. They really miss the AP. They really miss the Archon. The Archon reroll wounds not being with them hurts them as well a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of quite subtle little things that hurt them. They are really dangerous in Cartel, but we all know our thoughts on Cartel, which is that doing damage is fun, but it doesn't matter if you can't get it where you need to get it in time. It's a really funny one for them because I think on paper they look amazing, but in practice,
It's
they underwhelm a lot, right? They underwhelm a lot. Okie dokie. I mean, whilst we're doing Blades for Hire and Stabby Men, we'll do Drazhar as well. And I think people would sooner take Drazhar than take Incubi, and I know that because I've seen everyone's list. They do that all the time, which means Drazhar's pretty damn good. It's a tough call between top of A and bottom of S for me. I think he's incredibly good. His ability is really nice. He does make Incubi better as well. I am inclined to keep him in A for now for balance. Put him top of A. Because you don't have to take him. You absolutely can. You can get by without him. But he's great. He's a blender. Damage 3 dev is nice. Being able to get some rerolls going on. He hits closer to his 9th edition self now, which is very nice. And yeah, he can go in a Venom and have a good time all on his own if you don't want to invest in Incubi. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, moving it around to you, Adam.
Let's go with the Ravager.
Oh, the ravioli.
Humble Ravager.
The humble Ravager.
I want to put them just under the Talos in A tier.
Yeah, I think that's not an unreasonable place to put them.
So
go on.
I think they are great with both guns, if I'm honest. But the Dissies are finding more of a place.
I love the Dissies, yeah.
Yeah. It's just that the high volume of shots, again, high AP, it's good to clear things like little screens and whatnot early game. And if you can keep them safe, which is one of their biggest issues, then they can actually put some damage into tanks as well. Just because the reroll hits is nice against full strength things. But they're also just fairly cheap, and they also do a really good job at screening if you want to get your smaller units up to start denying and skirmishing and whatnot, just because they're so big.
Completely. Yeah, I love this unit. I think it's really good. I think it genuinely fills the niche that the army was lacking with the disintegrators. Like, that was something I think we've talked about before. It was one of my primary recommendations for improving the army was you need disintegrator cannons to be relevant again, and they are. And I think what I love, my favorite thing about the Ravager is that it's self-supporting. It doesn't need pain tokens. It's just useful. Gives you a genuine Overwatch threat, which again the army doesn't really have now, to be honest. So yeah, I love this unit. I think AT is entirely reasonable though, because again you can build completely away from it depending what sort of a list you're doing. But I really enjoy the Ravager. I don't know what you think, Rob.
Yeah, I love it. I use mine a little bit differently to you guys. I start mine in reserve and use it as a...
It's very good for that.
I'm going to rapid ingress it onto a point if you don't go stand on it, so I can hit you with other shit. So it's kind of a bait piece, and I'll drop it down and get some shots off and keep my Venoms alive is basically its job.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It has to be dealt with, right?
Yeah. You've mentioned Venoms, so I'm going to steal the Venom.
Oh.
The Venom goes up to S tier. Oh. Yes. I'm going to put it behind the Reavers, purely because I love the idea of Reavers winning the tier list. Our little 70-point denial unit is all we've got, boys. That's what we're doing. But don't worry, we also have a 70-point unit that you put your other stuff in, so that's all good.
The other denial units go in this one.
Yeah, I think obviously the Venom minigame is still really strong. I think the more balanced the game is, the stronger the Venom as a unit feels, and the game's pretty healthy, so the Venom feels pretty powerful right now. I'd love it to have a 5-up invuln. I'd love all our vehicles to have a 5-up invuln. That's my next balancing for Drukhari Crusade. I think it's nuts that we're on a 6-up. But it is really good, and I will miss the full rerolls Venom of yesteryear. That was a good time where they would just cleave through entire squads of Orc infantry like they weren't there. But it's still just essential to play in the army well, and you're always going to have 2 or 3 in a list, I think.
Yeah, it just lets every other unit operate. I think everything in the S tier there, except for the bikes and the A tier, would not work without a Venom.
Completely. Yeah. Absolutely. No, 100%. Okie dokie. Right, we are going to move it back to you, Adam, sir.
Let's go with the Void Raven Bomber.
Yeah! Where are we putting this bad boy?
I'm torn. Because it does have good guns.
It does.
Its ability is great.
Its ability is great.
I just don't want them on a plane.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning towards C. It is not razorwing bad.
No, I think it's probably better than the homunculus.
Okay. Yeah. Despite its class, yes. No,
because it's a unique threat, which the homunculus definitely is not.
No, its guns are great, right? Darkseid still
Yeah.
being AP4 is amazing, and its ability to strip cover. If it was on anything else, it would be so good.
So here's a fun question: what should have got that rule? What unit could have strip cover for us?
I mean, good question. Like maybe if the Chronos had 2 rules.
Yeah, it's one of the little ancillary pieces. Like the Chronos, it would have been spicy on something like the Venom, to be honest. But there we are. I think that's Oh well, it is what it is. It's not as good as it was, which is a shame because I'd just come around to admitting it was good, and now it's gone, and now it's not good. So Rob, what's your next choice?
Should we keep it in that region and slot in the Hand of the Archon?
Oh yes, my guy with his bird.
What is the unit? What is it? Like, you know what?
Why can't it be split by a Venom?
You know what? Yeah, that's it. Let it be split by a Venom, and this unit is absolutely fine. But why do you want to take a 10-man expensive Kabalite unit? Like, there's just nothing that you want that for, right?
Yeah, where are we putting it?
Its abilities are cute. Let's put it just above the razorwing, I think.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Scout
I
is
quite
nice.
like it. Yeah,
Nice.
go on.
5 up inrun is nice. Not for 135 points, or is it 130, something like that?
It's 130. It's insanely overcosted. Yeah. If you think that the Jaegers for Votan are 90, and they are all T5, and they have a reactive move, and they can split with a transport, and you're like, this is garbage.
Why did they think it was so bad for the Blaster and Dark Lance and the Blast Pistol to not get the lethal and precision?
I've no idea. I don't know.
There's no rerolls. They're not going to hit anyway.
My gut says that at some point they're going to find a way to make us want this in a list. And I don't know exactly what they'll do to it, whether it's just they'll make it dirt cheap. But I think eventually we're going to end up using the Hand of the Archon for some reason, and I already resent that fact. Deeply, deeply resent it. Okay, so for my choice, I'm going to go with wracks. Wracks are going with their daddy in C tier. They're fine. They are okay. I think their combat is actually quite good. I quite like their combat. The toughness with the extra wound is more tough than it previously was. Actually double, but no feel, no pain anymore. So then that cancels it right back out again. I think they're fine. I just think they're fine. I wish they still gave you a pain token when they died. The battle shocking thing is okay. I don't think they're bad by any stretch, but they are just so far down the pecking order in terms of units that you take and reasons that you take them. And I haven't yet been able to sell anyone on waiting to something to battle shock so you can get lots of dev wounds with rerolls and coterie because you spend 2 CP on a rack unit.
When it happens, it's going to be glorious. There's like 40 dev wounds on something.
Yeah, it's like there is a potential in there that needs to be explored by somebody, but I'm not going to be the guy to do it at the moment. So I think the racks will wait for now. Okay, Adam, your pick.
We're going to go with maybe the last S tier member.
I know who you're picking.
It's Lady Malys.
Yes, it is. Where's Lady Malys going, Adam? Where
Def-
is the only new release we got going, Adam?
I think I want to put her above Witches.
I agree. I think this is spot on.
Yeah,
what a little dreamboat she is. Go on.
The new caddy for Vect. She's actually relatively tough for a Drukhari character. Damage is insane sometimes. Just giving lethal or sustain to her unit. Like I say, with Kabalites rerolling wounds. Just fishing for the devs. And surprisingly OC2. Which is nice.
I forget she's OC2, you know. I forget that every time. I've started doing the running her on her own thing as others have been doing, and she's just very good for that. Although I keep expecting her to live through an activation, and she definitely doesn't ever do that. Whenever
not quite Urian.
No.
She's all singing and dancing, right?
Yeah, you can keep her safe. Just get the
they loaded like
many turns.
Both of the unique selling points of 2 detachments we used to take in 9th edition onto a model, which is really weird because you've got the redeploy from Poison Tongue, you've got Vect from Vect. It's a very strange one, but she just is great. Just really, really good. And the model's obviously stunning as well.
It is beautiful.
Okay, Rob, your go.
What have we got left there?
Well, Rob, let me list some stuff that's down there. We have the Court of the Archon, the Beast Pack, Urian Rakarth, and then you'll notice we also have Hellions and Scourge.
Hellions and Scourge. Let's go Hellions. I've been playing Spectacle of Spite, so Hellions have been absolutely amazing.
They are very good.
So I wouldn't put them in S. I would put them probably... Let's put them between the succubus and the talos in A, I think.
That feels exceptionally reasonable to me. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so...
Talk us through Hellions then, Rob.
So in Spectacle of Spite, absolutely amazing. But let's talk about it more generally. I think in almost every list you want 5, just for the early pressure, because they're reasonably durable. They can, on average, kill a marine unit. They can spike and kill big stuff. And they're just good. Their reactive move just causes problems and gets people out. Their shooting, when I looked at the datasheet, I thought their shooting's it's just splinter rifles, right? But twin linked really pushes that up. Yeah. And their just weight of attacks just kills things.
It just does.
Just 85 points for a unit that kills things and gets people out of position. It's just amazing. And then you can take them in 10s. Deep Strike now, they are just a massive rapid ingress threat. Even if you don't use them, they just drop in and your opponent's like, ooh, if I don't screen here, I'm going to lose my home field. And so they have to do that. They lose that unit and your Hellions go somewhere else. So
they're among the coolest things about Drukhari, right? And so
Yeah.
it's very nice for them to be in a good spot, I think. And they are an exceptional unit. They have a couple of fail cases, but they're excellent in Spectacle of Spite, and they work in a bunch of detachments.
Yeah.
No, really, really good. Okay, and then finally, it is the Scourge. Oh God!
I was about to say best to last because that is genuinely what people feel. They're either absolutely incredible or they're dog water.
Christ. And again, you just have to have 2 squads of them, and you just always do.
They're a flying version of Lelith, right?
And they're just
no, they're not. They have rerolls.
Just so rubbish, and yet so essential.
So essential. They will either miss and then re-roll and miss, or will do as I've watched Rob do and just casually one-shot a non on its objective.
Yes.
Yeah, Rob's are exceptionally dangerous, and I don't like it. We're gonna. I hate this. I hate everything about this. They're gonna creep on the end of S, which they don't deserve. No, bung them in A. Put them in A. Like if we punish Lelith, we can punish these. They're going in A because of how annoying the experience is, but they are really, really good. They're very good in Reapers still. They are fine anywhere else. They're still just an essential part of how the army plays.
Non-interactive shooting is just...
They're going bottom of S. It's got to be done.
Their late game potential as well. And when people
the denial, the blocking,
you can't do anything, and then suddenly turn 2 or turn 5, they just go 20 inches to screen someone. You're like, cool.
They've saved the day for me and got a differential through so many games that I can't really. As frustrating as they are,
we hate them. We love them.
We hate them. We love them. We can't live without them. It's Scourge. 130 points. Stick 2 out to shoot at the same thing at your peril, because one of them will solo it, and then the other unit will be stuck out in the open.
That's why Kabalites come in handy so much.
Yeah,
because that is kind of like a Scourge squad.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it.
Unbelievable. So there we have it, guys. How are we feeling about the internal balance of the book then? Looking at this.
The internal balance is amazing, right?
It's not bad.
We don't have many data sheets, and somehow they've made every detachment pretty much feel fun and unique, where there is over from some data sheets.
Yes.
I think
it's really good.
I think it still suffers from the everything's good in all attachments except Coven, like we had in Index.
That's right. I think that's exactly right.
Yeah, the Coven stuff still needs a bit of a looking at, but other than that, I think everything's really, really good.
Yeah, and I think the Coven stuff is probably a little bit underexplored, but I think the basic gripe with it is just that it needs to be tougher if being tough is its purpose, right? Because we basically accept being fragile in exchange for being dangerous most of the time. And so if you're going to make us pivot away from that plan, you have to bring something genuinely very tough. Let's say, for example, if the Wracks still had the 5-up, feel no pain on top of the 2 wounds, that's suddenly a very, very obnoxious unit. That gets genuinely quite interesting. But yeah, it's just all a bit side grady in Covenant, except for the Talos, who I think we'd all agree are in a really nice spot. So yeah, and obviously I think it's cool. I think it's nice that there's a whole bunch of the classic units up the top there, and it's nice that it is a very hit hard and fast type list that emerges if you put all those best picks together, and that's really cool.
I'm so glad reavers are at the top.
Yeah. I had good feeling for them going into this one, and they have indeed delivered. And they are very consistent and reliable at doing exactly the annoying thing they do. So, yeah, that's it. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. That's been our Drukhari tier list. We'll, of course, keep the Drukhari content flowing for you in the future because we have far too many Archons not to use them for such a thing. Please do hit like and subscribe. Please do leave a comment on the video. Let us know what you'd like to see. And we will be back again in the near future. Thanks very much. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.